Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Nebulous Horizons. And our party has found themselves at the first of the three locations that has been ravaged by this mysterious phenomenon that removed people without any trace of foul play, no bodies left over, no sign of any struggle whatsoever. And after learning some very interesting things and the potential of what could be in these towns weighs on the minds of all of you as you now enter in to this village.
Mm.
On your left is a vineyard that looks a little past its ripeness, but still nonetheless very delicious. Inside are grapes, expertly done. This vineyard was clearly tended by very practiced hands, perhaps a family that had lived here for generations. To your right is the home of whoever lived here and maintained these lands. There's a trough just a little bit above that, and the building above that is a stable where animals have already since fled with no one there to feed them or take care of them. They have left. All that remains now is an unused well, an empty stables, and a feeling that this town is empty, but at the same time you feel like you are being watched. What would you all like to do?
Get the fuck out. Um, if we're feeling like we're being watched, can we roll perception to see if we see ourselves being observed?
You absolutely can make a perception check, yes.
Yes. I too would like to join in this. I don't like being watched.
I do in the right context.
Oh, that's a 6.
Context is everything.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, 21.
Perception? Not me.
21, nice.
With a 9. I only got a 9.
9, okay.
Luca also with a 21.
With it.
I got a 6.
A 6.
I wasn't the worst in the bunch.
What'd you get, Luca?
21.
Woohoo!
Perception.
Fane roll perception.
Yeah. So, let's see here. We got Kensu and Luca with above a 20. We have Dorad and Nadia under 10. What do we got for Thane? What was that?
Under 10. Under 10. I got a 9.
Then for Thane, Nadia, and Dorad, no matter where you look, you don't see anything that justifies this feeling that you're being watched. But you can't shake the feeling that there's still a reason for you to be wary. You just can't seem to pinpoint what's causing it. For Kensu, And for Luca, however, as you look around, just outside of your focus, on the edge of your peripheral vision, you periodically begin to see flitting silhouettes. They look like a pale green mist that was vaguely in the shape of a person, but when you turn to look at it, it's gone, only for another to dance in the new edge of your peripheral vision.
I would get on the red fangs and make sure to make sure I let the rest of the party know we've got company. I don't know how or what they are, but something weird. Green mist. I love that I've started a tradition of raising hands. I love it.
Jason.
Has there been a short rest between our last adventure with not Thane?
Yes.
It's a long rest.
Did we get a long one through there? I thought we did.
Yeah, you got a long rest, and the journey here has been chill and on a road, so you could benefit from a short
Okay.
rest on top of that.
Shorts are good. What do you mean, Kensu? Someone's here.
Well, every
They're
time I
here?
look in a direction, I think I see someone made of green mist, and then it disappears, and then I look, and it's on my other side.
Hmm. I
I
would
mean,
like to nonchalantly move forward and check out some grapes.
You walk forward to look at some of the grapes, and
Oh shit!
as you lean in to look and see the quality, um, you are startled as a ghostly green soccer ball lands on the ground right next to you. And a young girl, maybe 7 or 8 years old, as nothing but a smoking green silhouette runs up to pick up the ball, looks up at you, and then vanishes.
Kensu, we're not alone. You were Kensu.
uh, yeah, I mean, we need to investigate. I guess we should just be on our toes.
Can I try and listen to the magic? If
Ooh,
like the weave is telling me anything?
nice.
I like that phrase. Listen to the magic.
Why don't you give me your choice, and depending on which one you pick, the information might be a little different, so keep that in mind, of an arcana or a nature roll.
I have the exact same for both.
So whichever you feel
Um,
fits more the vibe of the information you want.
Knowing Naughty, I think this would be a nature.
Okay.
Natural 20, that's a 25.
Woo! Nice. All right. With a 25, you close your eyes for a moment as you reach down to that primal spark that connects you to the weave itself. That spark that every sorcerer calls the heart of their magic. And it connects to the weave, and you feel it like almost like echolocation, or like a badger moving underground. And this sense moves through the weave around you, and you notice that it is bloated. Like each individual fiber has been sponging up excess of the raw life force, the ether that runs through these life streams, the veins of the planet. There is much more flowing through this place than the land should physically allow for. It seems like it's being artificially cranked up to the max, past what Mother Nature would ever allow.
Is there any particular... Can I get a sense of, I don't know, like an origin? Either like a literal, like physical, like location origin, or some kind of source?
So, I'm going to need an Arcana roll to find that. However, because of your nat 20, why don't you give me advantage on that Arcana roll?
All right, come on. Big money, no whammies. It's a 23.
Hey, okay. You begin to... You only have so much influence over the weave around you as you're trying to sense through the very fibers that make up the magic that runs through the world. But you maneuver and squish and move, reducing how much you can sense in some areas while increasing it in others as you begin to probe around, looking for the source of whatever is happening to the live stream here. And you know it's not a representation of what is literal, but in feeling, you find a tear in the weave itself. And it is inside of the house. That would be this one right here.
Nadia's gonna, not saying anything, kind of seemingly in sort of a trance, just start walking towards it, like just letting herself kind of be pulled.
Okay. Jason.
Noticeably?
I would say, yeah, you said like in a trance, so probably
Yeah.
not like trying to hide how you're moving, right?
Yeah, it's not like a stealth mish.
Then the rest of the party would notice that Nadia is seemingly being pulled by something in a direction, walking slowly toward it.
I had already wanted to investigate that house anyway, so I'll follow.
Okay.
Like, she's...
Armor of Agathis at 2nd level.
Excellent. Sensing that something might be amiss.
Do not light.
Durad
I don't.
shields himself.
No one's saying anything.
What does your armor of Agathis look like?
Oh gosh, I haven't thought about this. It would just kind of. It would be rather simple. It would just kind of like grab his coat and cast it into like his coat, and it would just sheen like a cold neon kind of pulse would kind of come off of it, and then just settle back down, and then kind of just fade.
Got it.
Oh my gosh. And then, Thane, do you want to go in?
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm following behind. Just in case we get attacked from outside.
Okay.
Uneasy
Nadia,
here.
are you okay if I go ahead of you since, just in case something is dangerous in there?
Just kind of distractedly thumbs up.
Okay, then I'll go in ahead of her. Out of game, my AC is probably higher than hers.
So,
Oh, for sure.
just to clarify, who's the first one going toward the door?
That would be me.
Okay. Kensu, as you reach forward toward the door, your hand becomes enveloped in green mist as you are reaching through the stomach of a silhouette of this... It's hard to tell what it is. Maybe an elf, maybe a wood elf. It's hard to tell because the color is gone. It's just this mist, and the form wavers too much to pinpoint exact details. But you can clearly see as a second one is now on the ground, with one hand on the floor and one hand up, reaching as if to interject their hand between them and the person standing over them. You see two silhouettes where it appears that one is beginning to beat down another as they then fade. And there's nothing in front of you.
Does this seem like the source I was looking for?
No. You feel that this is an echo of the life that was here. Something happened to it that didn't just remove it. Whatever happened here happened with such force that the life that was here was imprinted like a silhouette after an explosion.
Like Hiroshima kind of things?
Yes.
Okay.
Only instead of still images, these are the ghostly remains of their last acts before whatever happened.
Before I let anyone else into the house, can I just do a quick perimeter gaze? I don't know if it's perception investigation, but
Sure. Why don't you give me an investigation check for that?
You gotta slice your pie. Clear to the next room.
Yeah.
investigation. Oh, good. -1. 3.
3.
3, suckers. 3.
As you look around, you see everything that you would expect to see on this house. But try as you might, you don't find anything that looks like it was a struggle or anything that might indicate what happened. It seems almost like a moment was plucked out of time itself.
It looks like everything's okay. The all clear if everybody wants to come in.
Right in, going right in.
Excellent.
Like a bloodhound on a trail.
This is a big house. Is the first floor that we're looking into completely open?
So, as you all enter in, let me set the scene of what this house looks like. You are in a very strange setup where it's as if a smaller rectangle out of the second floor has been carved out, allowing a sort of balcony where people on the second floor could look down and see the first, and vice versa. And so you have a 2-story building with this center opening so that way there's clear light through. And there are slits coming in at angles on the roof that allow for a flow of natural light. It looks actually quite impressive from an architectural standpoint. And so it's open, sort of like a studio. So you can see pretty much everything on the first floor without any walls coming into object view of you.
It's a barn building,
Yeah, a lot
right?
like a barn building.
Like a barn dominium.
Yeah.
Barn dominium. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you're walking in, I need Kensu to make an advantaged history check.
Oh my god.
How did you do that?
Wow.
That was 2 1s in a row for
That's
0-0.
That's impressive. That is impressive.
That's really
That's
bad.
100, right? He rolled a 100.
Right. Yeah, that was
Really,
Alright.
as soon as we enter the room, I'm gonna investigate as well. You know what I mean? But what happens to your buckshot?
For this, you're going to see what happens, but because of the history roll, you won't know who it's about until the very end. You see someone, perhaps a woman, it's hard to tell again as the silhouette moves and flows. And she's kneeling down and seeming to be doing something with her hands, perhaps working a tool of some sort. It's hard to tell until you look around and you see what she's working on, and it seems to be a prosthetic leg. And you see a silhouette of a young man who was missing their leg all the way up to about halfway up the thigh. And this woman is kneeling down and fixing a prosthetic leg, custom made for whoever this man is. And as the memory fades, Kensu, you remember that Katie, the last you heard from her, she went north to help a client with a medical situation.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
And as it fades, you realize that what you just saw was the last moments imprinted into this place of Katie.
Kensu's not going to say anything. He's just going to take a step back, try to keep his composure while everybody else is concerned with what's going on in the room.
Durad, you said you were going to investigate?
Yes, I would like to roll investigation.
And then while you're rolling that, let's get a stock of what everyone else is doing in the room. Luca, what are you doing as you enter into this strange kind of barn dominium, as Jason said?
Luca is head on a swivel, very much trying to be aware of her surroundings, but seeming distracted. She has a small bundle of crops from the food outside that she's stuffed under one arm. But now she holds that arm to her side, clutching an axe instead, ready to dump out dinner at a moment's notice in favor of axe swinging. And she recognizes that if there is something going on here, it's beyond her expertise. So she is just trying to keep as aware as possible and interpose herself between her allies and any threats that make themselves known.
Got it. As you're moving around, why don't you give me a perception check to, even though you're distracted, you know that people's lives might be on the line if something is about to happen here. And so you hone in your senses to try and take in your surroundings. What'd you get?
Got a 10 there, Captain.
A 10. You look around and you are able to, with a 10, pick up that some kind of danger is here. But you don't know what it is, you don't know where it is, and you don't know exactly when it's coming. But you unmistakably know that the kind of danger that isn't of a specific thing, like the danger of someone coming to light you on fire or an animal coming to tear you apart. This is more the danger that you feel in your gut after you jump off of a cliff and for a brief moment your body wonders if you're going to survive the fall. This is that imminent danger that feels indescribable.
like a similar feeling to the Call of the Void type feeling?
Yeah. Yeah.
I rolled a 15 on investigation.
Ooh. Okay.
Luca just looks worried. She looks like she doesn't want to be here, but she looks ready for violence and ready to defend and protect as soon as something makes itself known to her senses.
Despite it not being woods, the tension in the room is almost identical to the feeling of hunting and being hunted back in Luca's homeworld. So probably more than anyone else in here, Luca is ready. And I'm going to hold off on that 15 investigation for just a moment as we get to Nadia and Thane. Nadia, what are you doing as you come into this building?
I'm continuing to follow the trail.
Luckily for you, now that you've narrowed it to this building, the actual area around you that you have to focus your senses through is much smaller, which means you can get more precise with your looking. And as you focus into just the flow of the weave within the boundaries of this building, again you feel that tear, only this time closer, almost like you're feeling it on yourself, knowing that you are not injured, but the way that you're connecting, you can feel the pain of the weave itself. And as you look closer, this tear has a form. This tear has the form of a humanoid with very strange wings. And it is on the second story of this building.
I'm going up.
You begin to rush up the stairs, and from there we go to Thane. Walking into the space, you see almost like a well-trained team, despite having known each other for such a short amount of time. The rest of your party members begin to work in concert, checking out different areas, protecting, looking, feeling of what's going on. What does Thane do?
Thane's still by the door. The feeling that I'm feeling right now is kind of all present. So I'm trying to make sure that nothing tries to sneak in while we're all focused on the house.
Right.
His attention's mostly outside in the area that's just out here.
Okay. Watching out into the main driveway and the open field in between the stable and the building itself, and keeping an eye on any other dangers that might approach you or your party.
Yeah.
Greg, I saw your hand up.
Yeah, if Nadia's starting to make a move to the second floor, Kinsu's gonna wipe away a tear and not let. Yeah, he'll mourn later or frustrate later, but he doesn't want to leave Nadia unprotected, so he'd follow her. But I know we need to get to Jason's investigation, so.
Yeah. Luca, do you maintain your protection on the first floor, or do you also, seeing Nadia make for the staircase, follow to the second floor?
Where's Durad?
First floor.
Probably Gerard would be sticking close to you as he's looking around.
Nadia has made an agreement. She will give a worried look up the stairs as Nadia moves up it. And she will utter a growl of, "We shouldn't separate. There are things looking for openings."
I'll be right there. Go with Nadia.
Agreed.
Luca will. There's a moment of like her looking at you, like to acknowledge what you've just said, and then she stomps up the stairs after Nadia.
And with that, we get to Gerard. On this 15 investigation, you're looking around, and unlike Nadia, who is taking in her surroundings through the natural flow of magic, our past experiences help to shape who we are. And as such, Gerard has a very unique set of eyes that he views the world through. And as such, as you look around, your mind wanders from looking for what a random adventurer might look for. And you look for things that are more of a criminal nature. And you notice dripping ever so slowly, mostly dried up, practically black at this point. Occasional drops of blood dripping from in between two floorboards of something on the second floor.
Are we looking at map north up?
Yeah, we'll for the sake of this, we'll just say north.
Just say map north.
Yeah.
Map north. The stairs that everyone is going, I'm assuming they're towards the back. Are they map north, map south?
Here, let's actually get everyone's tokens inside the building, so that way we can kind of use the confines of it there.
Because I would kind of start and I would have worked my way in, from the left
So,
going in.
Right here, this center is actually where the door is. As you walk
Okay.
in, the building goes to your left and to your right after you walk in the front door. And then there's staircases in either corner that go up. So everyone would enter in from here and then head to one of the corners if they were going upstairs.
And the corners, the stairs are the map north corners?
Yeah.
Okay. How soon would I have noticed it after coming in? Because I would have come in after Kensu, after Nadia, and I imagine Luca and I would have kind of come in together. And then Thane would have been outside. I just want to tell them which way not to go. You know what I mean? And which stairs would have Nadia gone up? Map east or west?
What would Nadia have picked?
Closest. She's not really thinking right now. She is very much just like following a thread.
Then you would be going up map west, as the feeling of that
I just want to clarify.
is closer to that side.
Can everyone else see like an internal map, or?
No. We're just
Okay.
yeah. Theater of the mind for the moment.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's unfortunately with how I have the stream set up, because I'm still learning all this. It's hard to switch between maps, so for inside of buildings I just kind of have to theater of mind it. So yeah, you would be after coming in through the middle north of the building, you would have gone to the west staircase. So that's where you'd be at on the map.
Okay. You mentioned wings, like strange-looking wings. Are they strange-looking in a way I recognize?
They're It's not necessarily recognize or not, as it's more of a feeling than seeing like a literal image in front of you, but the wings themselves don't match what wings should feel like, if that makes sense. That's what makes them unnatural.
Gotcha.
As soon as the rod knows it's blood, the drip, it comes down, it catches his attention, and he checks it out, and he checks and he looks up and he sees where it is, and you can see the stain pooling there. Red Fang, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Is that what you guys are calling your
The Red Fang.
your headset device?
Oh.
To everyone. There's probably bodies on the second floor. There's blood down here. And then I will then also move behind Luca, and I will follow in a stomping fashion.
This time, Kensu's gonna grab onto Nadia's shoulder and just say, "Hold up," and then get ahead of her again.
Okay. Thane, you would have overheard parts of these conversations. Do you want to go inside knowing that people are making their way up off of the first floor where you can easily look in and see them?
Oh, he's inside right now.
Oh, okay.
He's just not. He's not. He's like he's stepped inside the doors, but he's staying here.
Got it.
So his
Okay,
attention is
inside by the door.
half
I thought it was
outside and
outside, my
half
bad.
inside.
Understood.
Yeah, he's in the building, but I'm not moving from here because I want to keep my eyes, half of my attention outside.
Okay, right on. The very first person to make it up the stairs to see what's going on, I believe, is Kensu? Right? No one was going up the other set of stairs, right? Everyone's kind of going up the same staircase?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Kensu, as you're the first to look up here, I wonder what your first instinct would be with Nadia right behind you. As you look over and you see that there are manacles installed up here. And there are traces of flesh from someone trying to desperately pull hands out of manacles and pools of blood that are up here. It seems to be the house of someone who made a sport or addiction of killing.
An addiction of what?
Killing.
Killing. Okay. I'm going to look back to everyone. It is not a pretty sight up here. Some sadistic fuck lived here. I don't see any like current occupants, right? It's just okay.
Although, as you look at this, you think that before whatever happened that made everyone in this town disappear, there was.
Just prepare yourselves when you get in here, and I'll continue up the stairs.
Going.
Jordan, was that a hand?
So there's no. Yeah. So there's no body.
No.
Not completely, no.
So where's the blood coming from?
Shackles in the wall.
Yeah, the blood, that's what makes you think that there were occupants in here at the moment of whatever happened here. Because where else would that fresh blood have come from? Although it's mostly dried by now. And the only reason any of it's even still wet is because of the sheer volume that was there.
So is it that while there was a gruesome crime here, the crime that we came here to investigate
Had nothing to do with it,
made that crime disappear?
essentially.
Okay. It's like a serial killer in the middle of serial killing and gets blipped because of a snap.
Yeah.
I mean, is
That's
that
a
the kind
really
of
weird
picture?
way to put it, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Okay. So they're in the middle of something horrible, and then something even worse happens.
That just makes them, yeah.
Okay.
But not all of it.
Right.
This is the first house at the edge of the village. Like, we're not even in the village center yet.
No, this is... So, imagine like a very small village built around the one big house of the vineyard orchard that brought income into the village. And then like
Okay.
there's just like a trailing of smaller houses off of it. So this is like the village center, if you will, just because it's yeah.
But it's not dead center.
Yeah, it's not centered geographically, but it is
Okay.
the living center of the village.
Right. So this is the barn where they would have been storing things.
As you're thinking, Nadia, the manacles that looked like they are the ones that still had someone, that is where you feel the tear. And you feel a pain in your chest, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, that's a nat 1. That's a 6.
You feel you drop to your knees with surprising speed as you almost dead weight onto your knees with the feeling that could almost be described as nothing less than a heart attack, as the sheer weight of the evil that was committed here lances through your heart like an emotional spear. And you lose your concentration on this ability to look through the weave, and you open up your eyes, and at first you think you're the only one that sees it until you realize that you're not using your gift anymore and you're only looking with your real eyes, as the entire party begins to see this. And of course,
It's so tiny.
there we go. Hold on.
Oh, can you do that again?
Yeah, sure. Hold on.
Ooh, boy. That's upstairs?
Yep, that's right over by the manacles.
Is
Shit,
it
I
in the
don't think Steven
manacles?
can see that. Shit.
Thane can't see it.
Why?
He's still downstairs at the door.
I think the weird way this
Would you have
is
screamed?
formed.
There's no way Nadia doesn't scream.
Yeah. Nadia,
Um,
full screens.
I do. I'm imagining Nadia in breakdown mode.
For the people watching this,
Not even
stream,
that. She just
I'm
has
just
no
gonna-
pain tolerance.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. For people in stream, you can now see what that looks like.
That's brilliant.
Nadia has like 0 pain tolerance. She's not experienced almost any pain before in her life. So no, faced with this, she fucking yowls.
Here, let's get everyone inside.
That's what I was waiting for. And view my power. It's time. Wait, where am I over there?
Because you're by the front door, remember?
Okay, we've all been entering where the fence was, so I didn't know where the front door was.
There's a fence there. And I did explain.
Oh, there is a fence.
I promise I explained that. The front was up here. Oh, gosh.
Oh, no.
Yes, Greg.
Just a lore question. Are angelic beings something that we are familiar with as far as culturally speaking, even if we haven't seen it in person?
I would say in the most basic sense, yes, but if you want anything more than that basic, let's do a religion roll.
Okay. Another great stat of mine. Um, what is that? 4. Oh, crap. I rolled it with advantage again. Oops.
You're good.
But 4 nonetheless.
Okay. You would know that angels are from the. Hold on, let me make sure I get the name of the plane correct. Ba, 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 ba. That would be lore. The celestial realm. There we go.
Okay.
Angels are beings from the celestial realm, and they are, with almost no exception, innately good, aligned creatures. That's about as much as you know with a 4.
Okay.
All right. And as this creature enters into view for all of you, and Nadia, you are slowly standing back up, having been hit with the weight of what had transpired in this place. Yeah, go ahead.
Is the pain going away, or am I just getting used to it?
A mixture of both. Your tolerance is slowly going up while the pain itself is also going down. Almost like a siphon that had been turned over.
But I am still feeling like a decent amount of it.
Yes, you are. And as you manage to stand with the rest of your party, you feel that pain just freeze. It just stops in its entirety. And it's filled with a feeling of corruption. But when I say corruption...
You mean...
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, do you mean freeze like it stays the way it is, like it stops changing?
Yeah, like
Or it goes
a
away?
stasis. Sorry, not like cold freeze, but like a stasis.
Okay. 1 to 10, how bad is it?
At the moment, it started quickly going down, so like a 4. It's rapidly it started at like a 9 though.
For Nadia, that's like a 6. Or an 8 or something. But it's stuck.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's stuck, and you all begin to feel this feeling of corruption. However, 2 of you feel it a little differently than everyone else. First is Luca. As you feel, you have the most experience out of the party by a vast margin with feeling the flows of the life force itself. Maybe less magic than like what Nadia feels, but the life force itself you have an expert keen sense for.
I can read power levels without a scouter.
Yes, you can read power levels without a scouter. Oh my god. That was good. That was really good. You feel that this is not only corrupted in the sense of like maybe it's, the opposite of holy, right? Some sort of evil, but it's more than that. It's corruption in the sense that it feels like antithesis of life force itself. Almost like a unstoppable wall in front of the unbreakable wall in front of the unstoppable train, as you feel the forces of life and unlife collide in this creature. And Thane, your holy symbol around your neck recoils in fear from this creature.
Suck. Yep. Gotta kill it.
I was gonna say, Luca's now just like, okay, and she's going to leap to the side, and this thing is visible within sight of us.
Yeah.
She's just gonna send 2 axes spinning at it.
Nice. Then let's do this. Let's go ahead and everyone roll initiative, and we'll start with one quick surprise round from Luca, and then go into whoever's first on initiative. Give me 1 second to pull up the initiative tracker.
17.
Alright, let me roll for it. Where's my dice? Yeah. So let's see. I only have a couple on the board. Remember to click on your token first, and
God damn it.
and then it'll post a turn order, and then from
Oh,
there
that's
you can.
what's not working. There it is. Thank you.
Perfect. And then go in and edit whatever you rolled to get it on the board with whatever your first roll was. And let me see here. Nadia, Kensu, Thane, Rod.
I am still always just click the initiative button before the tracker gets up. I'm gonna hit it again, but I rolled a 17.
There's Luca. Okay.
Rolled close enough.
Here, I'll help you out with the 17. Oh, no, you got it. Cool. Perfect. And then we'll go descending. Okay. So first, we'll start with that surprise attack from Luca to initiate things off before we get to the start of the initiative. So
Can I replace... Would Nadia resist Luca trying to move her?
I don't think so, no.
Luca would try to try to pull Nadia back away from this thing.
Perfect. Nadia, if you're willing to use your reaction to kind of assist Luca, that'll be a free action for you, Luca, and will not use an action or bonus action. Would you mind?
I'm just gonna pick her up here and put her over here.
Cool.
We're the same height.
Just a
You're
little-
picking me up?
Luca's strong.
Very strong.
I mean, if you'll just go where I gesture, I'll just sweep my arm and ask you to move.
Right under her armpits and cuff her over your head.
But let's
That works too.
be real. Can you see Luca being like patiently like, come along now, or do you see
No,
Luca
she's
picking you
not
up and
there.
moving you?
I think they're about the same size. I think Luca's a lot more muscular and is also just denser than Nadia.
Yeah.
Is kind of just made of like wet toilet paper. There is not a lot of muscle on Nadia.
So Luca, this attack is gonna be with advantage as you chuck your axe, as it just kind of came out of nowhere. The fight hadn't even started yet. Axe is flying.
Okay. Let me see. That's 3 attacks with Death in the Mist.
Advantage would be on the first one, and then the second 2 will be normal, unless you have another way that you're getting advantage?
No, I can only get advantage on the first attack.
Okay.
So that's a 23 to hit.
Killer name way.
A 23 hits.
Or 19 damage. And roll it again without advantage. 23 again.
Ooh, yeah, 23 hits.
And 26.
26 also hits. I already subtracted the
You roll
first
so
damage. Go ahead
high.
and add the next two for me.
Sorry?
Go ahead and add your second and third attack damage for me.
18 and 19.
37.
Okay.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I cannot wait. I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good.
You're a monster.
All right.
Luca was told by the smith that this axe blade could cut pretty much anything. So now I'm going to try to cut a ghost angel with it.
True
Oh,
true to the smith's word, as you throw these axes at this creature, you see wisps of shadow reach up reflexively trying to protect it, and you see that your axe it seems to be so sharp that it cuts and folds the air away before it even touches, about a good inch in front of the blade itself, piercing through these shadowy tendrils, and it buries all the way to the pole part of your axe into this corrupted angel before it reappears back into your hand.
Yeah, God. Nice.
just nasty.
All right. We now get Thane. I need you to go ahead and make a DC 17 intelligence saving throw for me.
Oh, hell no.
Interesting. Okay. H.
Oh, shoot.
10.
Ooh. So, rolled absolute minimum on its damage, so you only take 1 force damage as this creature raises a finger pointing directly at you, and you feel like a claw reaches out and begins to dig at your heart like you would use a spoon to dig out an avocado. Like, it just feels like you're being scooped out, and it's grabbing your soul. And you are now afflicted with a frightened condition until the end of your next turn.
Great.
It's fine.
And that's its bonus action. It is then going to... ooh, you know what? Yeah, it's going to need you to make another DC 17 intelligence saving throw there, Thane.
I mean, I'm on the bottom. 2.
2? Okay. All right. As this creature, from everyone else's perspective, turns to look at the rest of the combatants in the room, But from Thane's perspective, it jumps over the banister and lands in front of you and reaches a hand at you, and as it does, its hand grows larger and larger and larger until it wraps around you, and you feel this touch on your mind, realizing it was all in your head. And you are going to take 14 psychic damage, and you are paralyzed for the next minute. You may remake the save at the end of each of your turns. Also, paralyzed, if an ally spends their action to break you free from it, they can do so with a DC 10 Arcana check.
Okay.
That's its turn. We now go to
I got a
Kent.
23 on an Arcana check.
It is
None
not.
of you know.
That's for if you use
No.
your action. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
None of you are aware that it's happened to me.
Well, so seeing over the banister, they can see that you are just all stiffened up.
Are any of you looking in my direction? There's a thing in front of you.
That is up to them. I will say if they try to look over, they will be able to see you, but it's up to them if they would even look.
I would say no. So you are all busy.
I mean, to be fair, Zerod's immediate reaction is to call to the cleric of life and death about the thing apparently alive and dead.
Yeah.
So
This
come
is
Zerod's turn, he is going to figure out that you're not there.
Yeah, I'm stuck.
So I got you, bud. Don't worry.
Because you said that, I got a fun little bargain for you there, Durad. If you'd like to
It's not
spend,
even my turn.
It's not.
if you'd like to spend your reaction to make an intelligence check about something that you just said, to piece something together, you can.
Oh, dear God.
Just a general intelligence check. D20 plus int.
You're smart and shit, right, Durad?
Yeah, and shit.
He's straight smart.
Whoa, why won't you let me roll? I'll just roll it. All right, I'm just going to roll history. History's a 4. 16. History plus 4, my int plus 4. So I just rolled that.
With a 16, you realize that though this creature is bereft of many features, it would be foolhardy of you to assume it unintelligent. As you think back to what you just said, and you realize that this creature targeted your cleric of life and death immediately. Whether that reaction is well spent, I will leave up to you to decide.
If it's part of the reaction, it would have been Red Fang. This guy's not, it's not dumb. He's not dumb. Be careful. And Kensu, please don't be dumb. Please be careful.
Thane, though paralyzed, your mind is unaddled, and you can hear and respond to, I love that you guys called it Red Fang, your personal communicators that Kensu bought.
I can't touch it.
No, I never said you had to touch it. That's just what everyone keeps doing. Because it's fun. It's old spy movie.
This is how we indicate that we're communicating via thing, so everyone can hear.
All right.
Jordan's just over here dying. Why me?
We've already discovered that the Red Fangs work like codecs from Metal Gear Solid because we can be in the middle of like a fight and just be talking to each other like, fuck this.
Accurate. So accurate.
Just at this bar the other night. Ugh!
So, Thane, just letting you know that you can respond to Durad's call out that this thing is not stupid.
Okay. I can't move.
I got you, Thane.
Right on. With this, Kensu, it is your turn.
How far away is this unangel?
Probably 10 feet in front of you. You were the first one up the stairs, so you're the closest to it.
Okay. Then I'm going to bonus action Hunter's Mark.
Ooh.
Fuck him up.
Nice. Let me give
And
you
then,
Fuck him up, Buttercup.
move in to attack.
Let's do...
That's a 28 to hit.
Hunter's Mark. That'll work. Oh god, yeah, a 28 hits.
All right.
You guys are so
Also,
good at killing.
What, are you in... What mode are you in right now?
I'm in defense mode.
Defense mode, okay.
Yeah. I figured that's what the mode I was in going up the stairs.
Makes sense.
If I decide to change later, I'll let you know.
Okay.
So that first attack was 7 slashing, and then
Is your scimitar magical, or is it just a +1 masterwork?
all I know how to answer that question is I paid to have it as a +1.
Well, there was two. You could pay the lower price for.
I did
one
not
that
pay the
was-
lower price.
You paid the higher price. Okay, so it is magical.
Yes.
Okay, then you'll
Okay.
do the full 7 then.
Okay.
Cool.
And then the Hunter's Mark damage, why did it do 2? It's 4. Sorry.
4. You're good.
Okay. Then second attack, same as the first.
24 hits.
Damn near.
9 slashing plus 6 Hunter's Mark damage. That's 15.
Nice. Very nice.
I'm out of bonus actions. Doesn't feel like the time to be snarky, so I won't try to taunt it at the moment, and I will just stand there.
Okay, got it. Let's see here. At the end of your turn, Kensu, you see it whip around for a moment as its wing hardens and it slams into you. Let's see what it gets. Does a 16 hit your beat your AC?
It does not.
So it strikes into you, but you manage to bring up your shield in time, softening the blow as it seems to attack right as you...
Oh, shoot.
I was wondering what that was. As it seems to attack simply by Dane of you being near it.
Okay.
With some pretty, very fast kind of reaction time.
Okay.
And we now move to Luca. It is your turn.
Wait.
Oh.
This joke may be too old for the room, but Luca is on the second floor.
Mm-hmm.
No.
No.
Jason, do you get it?
Maybe too old. No,
There's
I don't
a
think I
song
do.
named Luca. She lives on the second floor. It's an 80s song. It's
I was
Oh,
born
no.
in '89. I was born in '89, Greg.
it's okay.
86.
Oh, too.
Almost.
93.
Is this thing like swatting at Kensu with its wings?
Yes, it is.
Hey.
Or not necessarily repeated swatting, just one quick, like, retaliatory swat.
Almost like a reaction.
Luca is going to bonus action disappear into miss. Oh, let me see. She's in fall mode right now.
Are we all literally just Transformers?
Just what?
Transformers? Like, hold on, let me turn my.
Oh,
You've got
transform.
defense mode and fall mode. Transformers, yeah. Adventurers in disguise.
Uh,
If any of us are in disguise, we know it's you.
Luca is going to disappear in a cloud of mist and appear next to Kensu and the corrupted angel.
Okay.
And when she steps into existence, there's a cool breeze that scatters dead leaves across the ground, as well as just small motes of light energy. And the first thing that she does is she tries reaching up and separating Kensu from the angel. And two things are going to happen right now. One, Luca is going to look at Kensu and with her most luscious eyes, look him in the features and say, "Don't resist me." And then there's going to be a wash of lighted motes across the two of them as Luca uses her face step in autumn mode, which is wisdom saves or be charmed. And the reason why I'm casting this on you, Kensu, is because if you are charmed by me, you can't stab me at the behest of a corrupting angel.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Interesting.
What's your charisma score?
It's not bad. Luca is currently sitting at a 13 charisma.
All right, I'll be charmed.
All right.
I won't resist or whatever it is.
As you begin
And
to... Oh, go ahead.
the angel gets it too, by the way.
It needs
And
to make...
and I get to know if it makes it save.
Okay.
It's only a DC 12.
Okay, I'll roll it publicly then. You said it was a wisdom save?
Yes.
How to do? 19. It succeeds.
And when it is not enchanted by Luca's mist ability, she's gonna beat the ever loving bejesus out of it.
Yes.
It's only a 12 to hit. And only a 10 to hit. Maybe she's not gonna beat the bejesus out of it.
Ooh. As you bring in your weapons to follow up on your first incredibly successful attack, you find that this creature, again hinting at its intelligence that Durad pointed out, seems to have learned from the previous attack, and it moves out of the way, realizing that it can't block your blows anymore. All right. Is there anything else for your turn?
Not for me. Bonus action to teleport. To attack actions, I guess. Yeah, no, that'll be it. I guess Luca will circle around this thing to put it between her and the person she knows can't be mind controlled to murder us all.
Or at least to murder you.
At the very least, to murder me.
Right. I picture Kensu with heart eyes, or,
Yeah, pretty much.
It snaps its wing to try and hit you, much like it did to Kensu, swinging its wing to try and batter you with its force. Does a 14 beat your AC?
It does not.
As it goes, you, having already seen it strike at your fellow party member once, also read the situation and understood that it was coming and managed to dive out of the way as the wing passes over you, you can feel the shock wave of like just how much force is behind it, and you realize that you dodged a potentially very dangerous attack. And with that, we go to Durad. It is now your turn.
Can I get to Thane in a move action?
You absolutely
Can I get back down the stairs?
So
Then
if you go down the stairs to Thane, you will use all of your movement to get there. If you want to save some of your
That's
movement to
fine.
start to get back up, you could attempt an athletics or acrobatics check, your choice, to vault over the banister and land on the first floor to save yourself some move speed.
Durad is not very athletic or acrobatic. Durad will use his movement speed, and I will go all the way down and help Thane.
Okay, no check needed then.
Running, and then start snapping him to bringing him to with whatever I spend my action to bring him back.
Nice. You'll spend your action. Go ahead and roll that Arcana check as you're trying to link to Thane through the weave to sort of like you would kickstart an engine to get the paralyzed effect to break its hold.
What'd you say the DC was?
10.
Oh, good. It's a 13. I rolled a 13.
Whew! Thane, luckily right before your turn, you snap to your senses as you feel Durad's familiar magic enter into your own system. And again, like the analogy I used of like jump-starting a car, you feel your own systems kick to and you're able to fight off that urge that was paralyzing you.
That's the paralysis. Now I got to get rid of the other part.
Durad, you still have a bonus action if you have anything else on your turn you'd like to do.
Thanks, Durad.
No, don't thank me yet. Don't thank me yet. I can't ready a bonus action, so no.
So, by raw, you are correct. However, I like the tactical side of being able to hold things. So, whatever you don't use at the end of your turn, you can hold and then play out as a reaction later on.
Oh,
So
okay.
if
I
you wanna
mean,
hold a
if that's the
bonus action.
case, it would just. Yeah, I mean, it's very targeted. If this thing rushes at me, I'm going to bonus action my coat and poof. That's it. It's super simple.
Perfect.
I don't see it happening, but it's just me being paranoid.
All right, your bonus action is now being held. Thane, what is Thane going to do on their turn?
I can't move and I can't target it with anything, so he's going to dip a vial into his gourd and use its ability for the day and stay right here. That's all I can do.
Well, the frightened condition just gives you disadvantage on attack rolls if the target of your fear is there. So you could still make an attack roll if you want, it would just be at disadvantage. And you can move,
but you can't move
just
towards
can't
him.
Approach it.
Much lateral movement for you.
I'm still going to do that though, because that's still something that will be affecting me.
Okay.
And then
Go ahead.
I'm staying right here until my next turn.
Go ahead and roll for your gourd for me.
I did. It's a 6. It's sport.
Perfect. Right now we go to Nadia. It is your turn.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Oh, Jason?
sorry. Does Thane get to re-roll his frightened save at the end of his
No.
turn?
It just
Or
ends.
no?
It ends.
It
at
just
the end.
ends.
Oh, it just ends. Okay, got it. I thought it was another save you had to roll. My bad. I didn't mean to. I'll shut up.
Yeah.
You're good. Nadia?
So you see me just... I took a drink of something, and then I'm just shaking my head, getting... like I'm casting something off.
I have that same feeling too when I drink.
No, it's him. It's that.
Nadia?
I would like to try and cast. I would like to try and cast Hold Person.
Ooh, very nice. All right. You cast Hold Person. And something interesting will happen. It fails, just instantly fails. However, it's not that you managed to actually finish casting and then it failed. The thought of attempting to bind it failed in your mind before you cast. So you haven't actually spent any of your action or spell slots yet. But you feel that the very thought of trying to hold a creature like this was banished from your mind.
Alright, then we're doing Ray of Frost.
Nice. Do it to it.
That's a 19 to hit. And I'm going to add Winter's Bane.
Beautiful.
Or Winter's Bite. That's 5 cold plus I think another 5. So that's 10 total.
10 total? Okay.
And you know, the usual. Nadia gets weird for a second. Things get very cold. I think her hair kind of sort of starts to float like there's a strong wind.
Nice. And as the Ray of Frost hits it, you see your spell leave lingering effects of like this thin layer of ice that creak over its joints, slowing its movement. And all right, any bonus action or movement for your turn? You are outside of any attack of opportunity range because Kensu moved you.
Can I?
Luca.
Huh?
The Luca moved you, not Kensu.
Oh,
that's
okay.
right. Sorry.
Can I use Quicken Spell to cast it again?
Yes, you can.
Oh, that'll miss.
Let's see, what'd you get?
11.
11. Yeah, an 11, unfortunately, it shoots out after it, and the ice is starting to form over its joints, but it's still in the middle of creeping out. So while it still has some mobility left, it jolts to the side, and your Ray of Frost misses it just barely and goes barreling into the wall. All right, any movement? Oh, go ahead.
Never mind, actually.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. All right, we're going to move back to the Corrupted Angel's turn. It is going to bonus action point at Kensu, and you need to make an intelligence save.
Oh. One of my favorite stats. Okay. Mm-hmm. 9.
As it raises its hand, pointing that finger at you, just like it did to your comrade earlier, you feel this icky feeling like this gross, rusty spoon is scooping your soul out of your body like a leathery bag. And you will take 7 force damage, and you are now frightened until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
That's its bonus action. It is then going to reach one of its hands up, and you see this like rippling shockwave effect, almost like ripples on water mixed with the boom of a plane going by and breaking the sound barrier, just in small cacophonies around its hand. And it swats at you, Nadia, like it's trying to swat something out of the sky, and does a 17 beat your AC?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
That's gonna do 13 psychic damage and you must make a strength saving throw, DC 17.
Ouch.
No.
You are now knocked prone.
Awesome.
And it
Oh my god.
moves just forward enough to bring you within range of its attacks and ends its turn. Kensu.
Can I use my reaction to interpose
Ooh.
since I'm in defense mode? Or is that not an attack I can do that with?
It was an attack roll, so you can actually.
Okay. I know that's going to take me out of attack range, and I can't get closer, but I think it's the right thing to do.
Okay. Then, Nadia, this attack that hits you, you see it almost like you're predicting that it's coming at you, and you're seeing what's about to hit you with an incredible force. And then, like a crack of lightning, so loud that it sounds like a 2x4 being snapped over a steel pipe, you see Kensu appear in front of you so fast that his footsteps are still lingering with crackling lightning on the floor as he appears, raised, and this cacophony of force actually hits you and does, if I'm not mistaken, you take the attack, or does it go against your AC first?
Okay, hold on. Let me double check.
Because I know this is a custom thing, so I don't remember it off the top of my head.
It still has to beat my AC.
Okay, does a 17 beat your AC?
It does not.
Nice.
But if the attack misses, it says I can release a shockwave into the attacker, dealing thunder damage equal to my level.
Yes, as when you go to block this attack and you successfully do so, the scale absorbs the latent energy of the attack that would have hit you and then releases it back out like a boom. Does it need to make a save, or it just does the damage?
No, it just says it takes damage equal to my level. So 6 thunder.
Nice.
Nice.
As not only do you
Hard damage
protect
is so nice.
not only do you protect your ally, but you return a little bit back to sender. Gosh, I think I need water. You know what? Why don't we? Let's see who's. It's the corrupted angel's turn, anyways, and it's just now finishing, so we're at the top of the round. Why don't we go ahead and take a 10-minute break and come back at 10 after? That way, everyone can use bathroom,
15?
get water. Yeah, no, you're right. We can do 15. We'll come back at 8:15 Eastern. Cool.
I said 10. We've learned that 10 doesn't work in the past.
You are 100% correct. 10 never works. So let's go ahead and move.
Oh, I just poured some more whiskey.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Let's jump right back in, pick up that momentum right where we left it off, as we finish out the Corrupted Angel's turn with its attack being thwarted by Kensu. Kensu, it is now your turn.
Okay. So because I'm frightened, I can no longer move toward it, correct?
Correct. But you're also right in front of it now, as it turned toward Nadia, and you are now right next to Nadia.
Oh, so it's still next to me then.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Then I'm just going to continue the same song. Swing in my scimitar. 17.
A 17 will miss as it comes down on it, and it begins to move just so what seems to be an almost ethereal, shadowy mist that rolls off of its body is what catches the blade as it just barely gets out of the way of your attack.
All right. Bonus action with my offhand.
Do it to it.
23.
23 hits. Seeing how your first attack sort of glanced off, you judge based off of where it's dodging to where it can't get out of the way of the second strike, and you bring up a grand blow. What do you get for damage?
8 slashing and another 6 for the hunter's mark.
Nice. All right, so you do an additional 14 damage.
All right. And last attack is a 28.
Yes.
Yes.
Machines.
That is 8 slashing, 5 from the hunter's mark, so 13 total.
Nice, another 13. As you wail away at this creature. Beautiful. Is that it for your turn?
That is it.
All right, at the end of your turn, it swings its wing at you, attempting to buffet you behind its sheer force. Does a 22 hit?
Just barely, but yeah.
All right, you take 13 magical slashing and 8 force damage.
Sweet.
That's pain.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for Kensu's turn. We move on to Luca.
Me, when Nadia and Luca encountered this creature, it was on the second floor of the inside of this building, right?
Correct.
Is that not where we currently are?
No, I have a plan, and I needed to visualize it. Luca is going to attack first. Use one attack at least.
Okay. Trying to also keep my mind on this visual here. Is Luca moved? So is Luca still in melee range, or is this
For now,
range?
Luca's in melee range.
Okay.
26 to hit.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just choking on all these high numbers y'all are rolling.
22 magical slashing damage.
Jeez.
And then Luca's going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Luke is going to teleport to the other side of the upstairs of this building and turn and pick up speed. And Luca is going to attempt to tackle this creature out of the building and into the road outside.
Oh. Okay.
That's sick.
let's see. How do we want to do this? You know what? Why don't you give me a athletics check? And you were running, so why don't you give me an advantaged athletics check, and then I will have it do a strength saving throw against your check as a DC.
Okay. I had advantage. 24.
Oh,
How'd it do?
Oh, you got a 19.
19. As you feel this creature, as you tackle it, you notice two things. First is that this creature is far more muscular than their appearance would belie, as you feel ripples of steel-like cable for tendons under this creature, as it is remarkably strong. That's the first thing you notice. The second thing, which is much more important, is that despite its strength, it matters not under the force of your tackling, and they are launched out of the window with you in tow, and they are going to land here. And actually, you know what? It will be here, and we'll put Luca there.
Okay.
And you'll notice something. First, we're gonna do. I'm gonna roll for fall damage, but I'm gonna add your strength modifier to that damage.
I want you to know I'm also going to attack it once we are done. Once we are done dealing with ground damage.
I love it.
But
This is
Luca's
incredible.
strength bonus right now is 4.
Okay, so that's gonna be 11 damage from the fall.
This visual is so awesome.
And if this hits, I automatically do maximum damage. Because that's a 21.
The 21 hits.
yes.
That's 26. 27 magical slashing damage plus 2. Sorry, 2 more.
Nice.
You, as you're landing, using the kinetic force to your benefit, adding extra weight to you bringing down this axe into it, carve a wound so deep that it seems to be barely hanging on to the thread of life, and yet its heart beats still underneath your grip.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, Luca, is there anything else you'd like to do for your turn?
Nope.
Okay. Durod, it is your turn. You just see Luca tackle this thing out a window. And Thane is saved thanks to your magical delegations. Ministrations, that's the word I was looking for.
How does Nadia look?
Color code it?
I mean,
B, go ahead and color code Nadia. How does Nadia look?
What do you mean color code?
Like
Health bar.
Yeah, green health. That means they're really healthy. You know, yellow they kind of wounded. Orange they're kind of wounded. Red scary.
She got knocked down to just barely over half.
So a nice solid yellow.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I can't heal you in any fashion. I was more like vibe checking, like, you don't do pain, you don't do the thing. You shot, though.
She's in a lot of pain.
Everything you did, so you're okay. I feel like Luca has this. I can get out there.
Luke could message you on our Red Fangs. Kill it! Kill it before it gets up!
Okay. Okay, then Durod will run out. If Thane's good, will like run and pat him on the back as he like runs around and out the corner.
Durod,
And then it's
as you sprint around the corner, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
ooh. Good.
Jason, I'm just letting you know that if this thing tells Luca make an intelligence save or be paralyzed for a minute, I hope you guys got the next 59 seconds of this fight handled by yourselves.
You said a dex save?
Yes.
Alright, there it is. How bad did I do? It's a 7.
7. You fall prone, and you'll take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. As you biff it, as your concentration mid-run, hoping to help your party member, is interrupted by the feel of caramip on your cheek.
Feel of what?
The pillow?
Not the pillow.
I feel the pillow.
You sense just out of sight of your peripherals the gentle glow of your earring as you feel that a mated pair of the earrings has now been met and Karamip is now wearing the other set, and you feel her cheek press up against yours. Soft, just as you remember.
How far did I get outside?
15
Before 15 feet out? So I'm like, how much further is the end of it? Are we going by this? Yeah. Is it another 15?
Whoops. Sorry. Q. You got to there. If you want to move at half speed, you can crawl around the corner. If you want to stand, that will use half of your max movement speed, which, if you have a movement speed of 30, means you'll be out of movement. If you want, you can crawl prone on the ground to get around the corner to get line of sight for one of your spells.
I have to. I trip and fall and just scuttle as fast as I can to get around this corner to see what happened when Luca threw it out of the building.
You managed
to get out around the corner.
You managed to crawl forward enough to see around the edge, and you now have a clear line of sight where Luca has critically and mortally wounded this creature. It is barely holding on to any dregs and semblance of life, but it is alive nonetheless. And you fear that this creature, through any amount of pain, might dish out a very vicious retaliation if it's killed now.
Like laying on the ground, like arm down, just Eldritch Blast. That's all I
roll to hit.
Roll. Oh shit! That's an 11 to hit.
Your first blast, trying to arc it so you don't hit Luca, you accidentally overcorrect, and it hits into the ground as you're trying to be careful around your ally. At this level, though, you get 2 beams.
Second beam. It's a 12.
Dang it.
Trying again to correct, it goes a little too far in the other direction, and your beam goes sailing over Luca's back.
Over the red fangs. Thane!
I'm coming!
And
It's not my turn yet, but that's what's happening.
That's it. I imagine I'm like just at the corner. Like I grab the corner of the building as I thought like crawl up to it, and I just like am laying across the corner of this building. Fucking failing. It's my turn.
Okay. With that, Thane, it is your turn, and you have just heard Durad call out for help, not mere seconds after Luca tackled the creature out through the window.
Yeah, can you see this movement right here?
Yep.
Is this enough to get line of sight on it?
Yes.
Okay, then he's moving 20 feet to do that. Comes up here, runs around to the corner, sees it, and Thane reaches out a hand and casts Ray of Sickness on it.
Ooh. Now, what kind of damage does Ray of Sickness do?
Ray of Sickness is doing poison damage, but
Okay.
that's not the point. The point is that the crown is going to affect it if it's undead.
Oh.
That is the point.
Can you message me what it does if it's undead?
Secretly, that means it's undead.
Like,
No.
I can just tell you. You really want me to message it?
No, you can just tell me. That's fine. It was up to you
Oh, yeah.
if you wanted to share that or not.
No, that's fine. Yeah, any undead that's being targeted by a level spell I cast is taking radiant damage equal to my level, and disables undead fortitude or similar features until the start of my next turn.
Interesting.
So if it's hanging on by undeath, it should go away and be done.
Go ahead and roll. That's an attack roll?
Yeah, it's an attack roll.
Go for it.
Please don't fail me. 27. Did not fail.
27 hits. Roll that damage.
It's not a rolled damage on this one.
Okay, then you can just manually roll it.
Oh no, yeah, it is. I'm sorry. The thing's saying cast at what level, so I had to pick that.
Oh, yeah.
Casting it at second level. So click submit. So it takes 9 poison damage. If it's immune, it's going to take 4, and then it takes 6 radiant damage if it's undead.
Okay, so a couple things happen. One is you see the poisoned condition is instantly resisted, as this creature has an anatomy that doesn't even find the poison damaging to its existence. However, you feel a divine fervor echo through your spell as the sickening radiance itself explodes, revealing a thorny vine of Theramel drenched in holy pure light. And it pierces through this enemy, and immediately you see it reach out like it's about to do something to Luca in reaction to dying. But nothing happens. Its power does not come, as your feature wrenches from it the ability to cling on to life with unnatural means. And the creature begins to shriek, first in confusion, then in pain, and then in retributive fury, as it begins to fall apart into a black ash, leaving nothing left but a memory.
Be cleansed, corrupted one!
Beautiful.
Yes.
You're all officially out of initiative.
Boss.
Lucas spits on it and climbs off of it. before withdrawing her axe to her hand.
That's what she said.
You spit on this creature and dismount it, and almost in time with your spurns, its body fades away, leaving nothing remaining of what you were even tackling just moments before. And for satisfaction alone, the spot where you spit dissolves just a split second faster. Yes, B.
The spot where the manacles were.
Yes.
Is the sort of allure, like the thing that was sort of driving Nadia to that spot, is it gone now that the thing is dead?
It is not. As you think on it, you think that this creature, whatever it was a symptom of the tear, not the cause. Like maybe this creature climbed out of the tear itself.
I'm still on the second floor near the manacles.
Yes, you are.
I'm gonna walk over and drop down to a crouch and see if in like a. I recognize that it's not like a literal tear, but in a manner of speaking, like if it were a literal hole, can I see if I can look inside? Through to the other side, like extend my magic out to it? See what happens?
You can. And you begin to do so. You feel your senses inching closer and closer to the precipice of this terror, beginning to look inside to its depths and find what secrets it holds. And then you feel a hand on your shoulder. You turn and you see an elderly man, perhaps an elf, no, human, but more lanky and lithe, much like an elf would be. And you see them with a hand with gnarled knuckles that show off its age and its work ethic. The hands of an aged builder or craftsman, maybe. And you see a strange device wrapped around either of its ears, held together with a band going over the top of the head. And you hear this old man lean down to you as you realize he is 7 feet tall, but extremely skinny and thin. Kind of leans his head down and says, "Don't look. There are some things eyes aren't meant to see." And then, much like an illusion, though you know it was real, the man is gone, and you are now alone in the second story again. Greg.
Kensu's still up there too. He never got a chance to go down.
Right. You're right.
So and my second question would I have seen that?
I just imagine after that whole sentence, Kensu's just like,
That's so good. Kensu, you saw this person appear.
Were they like green ethereal like some of the other things we saw, or was it a real person?
It looked like a real person.
And then they just vanished.
Yep.
Can't you hear what he said to me?
What is your passive perception, Kensu?
Passive perception is come on. 18.
Yes, you would have heard the conversation.
Here's the thing. Is that as a person, I would listen to this guy.
But I don't see the tear, so I don't know what that necessarily means.
It's true.
I think
So,
keeping in mind what he just said, Nadia's gonna try and take a really quick peek.
okay. I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Do I have edge on that for some reason? Let me see. I have a few weird things. I'm trying to see if I have. I don't think so. No. 26.
With a 26, you go for like the quickest of peaks, almost like a child who's just been told no does it, not to actually look and like really look around, but just to prove that they could do it.
Exactly.
And as Nadia jerks their head forward and tries to look into this, you feel that the source of the heartache you felt earlier was just the residual energy of whatever is beyond this veil that you presume to look through. And as you do a peek, it is only through your naive and childlike imaginings are you able to maintain any semblance of light in your mind as you are succumb with darkness that is so real that it nearly changes who you are as a person just by looking at it. But you hold on to that inner light and you keep your wits about you and you realize that you have an existence outside of this bottomless pit that you feel, were you even slightly weaker of mind, that you would drown in as you then return your head away from the tear.
I don't know what you're looking at, but weren't you told not to look?
Comedic timing, I swear. That was so bad.
It's by some old man I'd never met before.
Oh,
Well, he's gone now, whatever or whoever he was.
Yeah.
Since I'm closer to the shackles, can I look around and see if I see any sort of belongings or trace that Katie was up here?
Give me an investigation check. And since you're looking not in general, but for something specific, go ahead and give it to me with advantage.
Wow.
I roll
hope it's not
insight
as
on
bad as
Kensu
the
while
last.
Ooh, rolling insight on Kensu. What for?
I want to see if I can figure out that he is looking for something.
Okay. I'll give that a DC 10.
Oh. Hey, can I use my thingy? My sorcery thingy?
Yes, you can use your sorcery thingy.
Bingo. 13.
My investigation is also a 13.
Okay. You are able to tell that Kensu is looking for something. And Kensu with a 13, you almost don't notice anything. It looks like there may have been signs that maybe bandits or highwaymen have already picked this town clean once they realized no one was here to defend the belongings. So a lot of stuff is missing. But that being said, you find the +3 all-purpose tool that was her pride and joy that she used to craft your arm.
I'm gonna pick that up and Kinsu just kind of clears his throat and uh, I'm gonna join the others downstairs. And I'll
Before he goes, Nadia will go. What were you looking for?
this.
Are you happy to have found it?
Yes. And no.
Is it?
You cut out at the beginning of it. What'd you say?
What is it?
It's a artificer's tool. Belongs to somebody I know. Possibly knew.
You think they disappeared with the rest of everybody too? It's here.
I don't know. I want to think she's still out there, but I don't have answers. I don't know if she was a part of the greater tragedy here, if she was a part of the lesser tragedy here, or if somehow she escaped. I'm going to hold out hope, but I'm
If
going
you
to
tell
keep
me.
a. Go ahead. Sorry.
Or no, you finish.
I'm just going to keep an open but realistic mindset.
If you tell me what she felt like, maybe I could ask the magic?
What do you mean, what she felt like?
Hard to describe, but her energy, her spirit. What's it like?
Wow. I don't see the weave like you guys do, but she was young, strong of mind, rude as fuck, but hilarious. But a good kid.
Your kid.
Is it my kid? No. Just somebody I saved, and she returned the favor by making me my arm that I had.
You replaced it?
Yeah.
Maybe it was a bad omen for her.
The thought has occurred to me as well that perhaps I was in too much of a hurry to replace what she worked so hard for.
Well, I'll let you know if the magic has anything to say about it.
I appreciate it. Her name was Katie, but that was a nickname. If you hear anything, they may use her real name. It was Arcadia.
It's a good name.
Well, we still have some stuff to investigate here.
I'll be up here.
You're gonna stay here?
Well, I've got to ask.
Jordan.
Oh, okay.
Borrow the. Might help. Hold on to it.
I'll hand it over.
While they're talking inside, I'm checking up on Luca to see if she has any injuries from her fall, and then healing any that she might have, and then I'm going inside to check on those I saw get hit upstairs.
Okay. Luca, have you taken any damage?
We didn't discuss Luca taking damage from the fall. I was raging at the time, but some amount would be more than reasonable.
So I rolled for damage, but I was giving you half because of rage, and I rolled a 1, so that's why I didn't say any damage, because just 0.
The perfect fall.
The perfect fall. Apparently corrupted
So-
angels make excellent cushions.
The feather.
Thane would approach, and Luca would kind of pop up from the ground and look a little dusty from body slamming a paranormal creature into the road, but doesn't look harmed per se, and looks to Thane and says, "No, thank you. But the others could use that."
He
Thane.
nods.
I
Yeah.
don't dislike you, but you are very different from what I know.
He nods. I'm aware. Good
So
job.
far, you are not a threat. And you are very useful.
I'll take
This
that
is
as
good.
compliment.
This is a compliment, yes.
Yeah.
Now,
They will nod and said, "Good job."
Luca will nod at good job, and then nod again as she convinces herself that it was a very good job. And then she vaguely gestures towards others who I believe did take damage.
Yeah. Thane's going back inside to
As the very beginnings of a bond of friendship of the most unlikely of sorts is created. Oh man. Perfect. Hold on 1 second. And Thane, you come back inside and begin to look to tend to wounds. Of which, who has taken damage out of the party?
Oh, I took a lot.
you took a while.
I think it was just the 3 of you, Kensu, Nadia, and...
Actually, no, I didn't. Kenzie protected me.
Oh, right!
Fine.
So just Kensu
So-
and Thane, and then a little bit of fall damage for Durad.
He sustained dignity damage more than anything.
Emotional damage.
Gotcha.
Oh,
He's muted right now.
Thane, as you begin to heal wounds, you sense something amiss as your necklace begins to recoil again underneath your tunic. But before you can open your mouth to alert your teammates or do anything, you feel the other Thane briefly take over.
God.
And you hear a voice in your head that says, "Well, if you die, I die." And you turn your head and reach out your hand and close your grip as a tear begins to open, and one of these corrupted angels begins to try and climb out of a hole newly forming. And as you close the grip on your hand, it is slammed shut, severing the corrupted angel's head as it is parting way through this portal into your world. And then you feel control come right back into your own body again.
Well, okay, so this all happens midway through Thane casting Cure Wounds, but I guess that didn't work.
No, it works. It works.
Oh, okay. So hold on. Let me do that then. That. How badly do you look hurt, Kensu?
I'm yellow.
You're yellow. Okay. I'll use one of these again. Okay. So you heal for 11.
Thank you, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And then after I finish that, other Thane managed to snap one of the portal closed as another one tried to spawn. Awesome. Why are they continuing to come? What's drawing them here?
This
Do either of them
question in character to the rest of the party?
in character the rest of the party, and I say it out loud, and then I'll repeat it through the Red Fangs, because two of the party aren't actually up here right now. And I'll also say, another angel just tried to come through a rift of some kind.
There's a tear in this place. It's making the magic all sick and bloated.
But still, only certain people can see the rift, right?
Only one person has tried to see the rift.
Oh.
Though, even if everyone rolled, no one has quite the same sight as Luca and Nadia, as they can see better in the life force and the magic, respectively, between them.
Am I using the tool that Nancy gave me in trying to get a picture of someone whose energy might be as described, and also just Kensu's energy? I don't know, there might be something in the connection there. A creature that is connected to Kensu, a creature who this belonged to, and a creature who was as he described. I sort of reach out to see if there's any memory of her in this place.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check, and with everything that you're doing to aid you, I will take that into account for the DC that I'm going to set.
13. I'm going to use a sorcery point.
Okay.
Oof. Oh, buddy.
What'd you get?
Natural 20.
Yeah! What's the total?
25.
25. Okay. With a 25 on your Arcana check.
I know this lady's fucking social security number.
Using not only the description that Kensu gave you, but this object which meant so much to the holder as sort of a focus as you begin to feel around for the energies here. You notice something interesting. And you feel like you're getting an intense, incredibly vivid picture of what happened here, but you're only looking at half the picture. And it dawns on you that if Luca were to use her knowledge of the life side of the weave, whereas your specialty is the magic. In conjunction with what you're seeing, the two of you can actually share a stronger vision of what happened.
Forgetting about the thingy. Nadia's just getting out. Luca, I need you to come talk to the world.
Luca would teleport up to the second floor, appearing from a puff of mist, and walk over to Nadia and say, "What?
I need you to talk to the world."
The whole world?"
But what? I can talk to the magic, but I need you to talk to the ground and things, the dirt, and the trees.
The lay?
Is that it?
Yeah, the lay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Looking for
Yeah.
someone.
Luca, do you hold the item when trying to join in?
Sure.
You hold it at the same time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me a nature or survival check, your choice. And since you are working in concert with a compatriot, go ahead and do that at advantage.
Okay, I'm about to fail this real hard. Gonna
You got this.
preemptively break your heart right now.
You got this. You can do this. Look
I
at
got a
that. You did it.
23.
You got a 23.
Nice.
I got a
that.
23 and a 19. Those were both great rolls.
Great rolls. With a 23, you tap in and your powers intertwine and you share a collective vision between the two of you. As you see this, Greg, remind me, was Katie a gnome? Or did we not discuss? I don't remember.
No, she's not a gnome. She was a halfling.
Right, a halfling. Okay, I knew it was one of the smaller races. You would see in this collective vision a halfling who was in the middle of repairs for what appeared to be a prosthetic leg. And you're watching this almost like the weave itself is showing you its tapestry unwinding, wow, words. Unwinding like a play or some scripted event being pulled across a comic book.
Valid.
And you witness a flash of green energy. And as you do, you see the bodies of everyone in town vaporize in an instant, and their souls are left floating in the space where their bodies once were. And then you see a rift in the ley line itself open up as tendrils begin to grab at souls and pull them into the life stream itself. Almost like pulling it into its core. And as souls begin to enter, you see the ley stream begin to inflate more and more as the power of the souls consumed itself are fueling the ley line, causing it to bloat with power as many lives are all sacrificed in an instant. And as you focus, you notice that the ghost of Arcadia's power and intention and desire to help people was left behind in their most precious magic item. Almost like the piece of your soul that you give away to objects or people or pets, even, that hold a very strong connection to you. And that soul was what was captured up in this event. And your senses both fly outside of town to Arcadia, still very much alive, making camp and trying to figure out where her tool was. And the collective vision between the two of you ends.
You get any sense of where she was?
Somewhere east of you.
Luca blinks. That's a new one on her.
Never blinked before?
Cheers to that. I'll drink to that right there. That was good.
Be your
that was
fucking
good.
treasure. Oh my god.
That was great.
It was great. I'm sorry, Luca, please continue.
Sorry.
No, Luca, just say, this place is hurt, damaged.
Sick.
Like green bruise.
Exactly.
Leave it to the real elves to say green bruised.
Or you eat something awful and you can't make yourself throw it up.
Bane,
Yes.
can you do anything to redeem this place?
Stick a couple fingers down its throat. Metaphorically speaking. Hold its hair back.
I don't think I have anything strong enough. I can try. Where did the bruise originate from? Where is it?
Those manacles.
This is the originating source? Like where it
It's the
started?
tear.
Well, there's a tear there, but there's also a tear right here, gesturing to the angel head on the ground.
The tear is gone. But
Right, well, there
one
was-
starting to form.
There was one, so there's still a tear there. I'm asking Nadia. I'm trying to clarify.
Okay.
I think so. Well, I could still look into it.
Where did the green, out of character, where did the green flash come from?
There wasn't a definitive place that it started in their shared vision. However,
Just happened?
it just happened, but something in this building was a catalyst for it to happen. Actually,
Okay.
Thane, why don't you give me a history check?
Oh, I'm not good at those. 12.
12? Okay.
Yeah.
With a 12, you think back on the dwarf that you met and the symbol that the dwarf's brother drew, an accomplished wizard.
Mm-hmm.
And you think about all of this, and you think that, judging from the information that your friends have given you from their shared vision, that this place was like a sacrifice with
Oh, yeah.
all of the denizens being the target of the sacrifice. However, there had to be one physical sacrifice to, we'll say, kickstart the process.
Yeah, okay. That makes more sense now.
Manacles?
Yeah, manacles.
Like I said.
Yeah. It clicked for me. Let me get past you. He goes between Nadia, Luca. Are you still outside, Durod, for some reason?
I mean, no. As soon as you go in, I would have followed you in.
Okay.
I'd be up there, like coming upstairs behind you by this point, walking in on this scene.
I put a hand on. Can I grab Thane's wrist for a second?
Sure. He's trying to get past you towards the manacles.
Be careful over there. There's It's bad. Really, really, really bad.
Okay.
I don't think I'm fun enough for it to not hurt you.
Can you guide me close enough so I don't touch it, but I know kind of where it is?
Well, can I do that for where the tear is?
Absolutely. You can act as your party mate's guide.
Mm-hmm.
Survival, natural one. Oh God, no!
Oh man. Thane, as you follow the guidance from your teammates and you move closer, you feel a weight. Not. It's hard to tell. Is it literal? Is it not? Yes to both, no to either. It's hard to tell, but it feels like you're wading through thicker atmosphere itself the closer you get. Like the air around you is becoming like a soup and a sludge to try and push your way closer. And as you do, the fullest sense of the wrongness that Nadia tried to warn you of enters into your own heart, and you begin to feel for yourself just how wrong this space before you is, and almost like in being in sync with your own feelings, your holy symbol necklace, being a living creature, detaches from your neck and goes into your bag to hide.
It's a fair reaction.
Thane.
Yeah.
Get any closer.
Yeah, I can feel it.
What do you do, Thane?
When she stops moving me as close as we can go without vomiting or touching it, I'm going to move my hand down to the floor and basically holding my place, so to speak.
Okay.
Putting my hand on the floor, reach into my component pouch and grab some charcoal and begin to sketch out a rune of the cycle, how it should be.
Okay. As you're drawing this, I need to ask you a very important question. Would you like, as you're conjuring up this divine imagery with charcoal as your medium on being drawn on the floor, would you like to expend a use of your channel divinity?
I was going to, yes, but only when I'm done.
I mean, as part of making the symbol, would you like to?
Oh. Yeah, that can't hurt at all.
Okay. You feel raw life energy coursing through you as you draw with this charcoal, and you see the symbol itself. The charcoal acts like fertilizer where plants begin to grow out of it, and you see life in itself drawn into existence. And as you finish the symbol, Nadia, you feel the tear slowly, oh so slowly, but assuredly, stitching itself together.
Does it feel permanent?
It does. Whatever effect is happening, it might take time, but it seems permanent.
How does the magic feel in sort of the area around it?
Like it is slowly healing. Much like popping a pimple, you feel that if this continues, all the built up raw magical energy that's been bloating up in this area is going to be released. And how it reacts when it's released, you have no idea.
Can I, watching Thane do this and sort of helping him, can I try and use myself as a conduit for that?
Interesting. How many
Try
sorcery
and
points do you
maybe.
have left?
I have 3.
If you're willing to spend all 3 of them, I am going to allow something really cool to happen.
Yeah, fuck it, let's go.
As you reach out, and what is a normal maneuver done amongst the Woven, people of power, it is, well, it may be easier or more difficult for some than others. It is a pretty normal skill to be able to connect your magic with others. That's exactly what Durad did earlier to stop the paralyzed condition happening inside Thane. However, as you're feeling this connection connect the way it's supposed to normally, your curious mind that is born from the environment you grew up in says, well, if I'm becoming magic, what happens if I meta magic myself? And you expend 3 sorcery points, turning your body into a more efficient conduit for someone else's energy, blocking off your own. And for a brief moment, you feel no access to any of your magic whatsoever. You feel mundane. As like a valve turning, you feel Thane's energy pass through you and is amplified by your own arcane aptitudes. And you become like a faucet for Thane's power, focusing in on this. And you feel the tear shudder in response to the sheer amount of life energy. And it begins to stitch itself further and further and further until it collapses, leaving nothing but a healed space before you. But like the calm before the storm, this moment of peace, briefly lasting, is disturbed by the release of all of that pent-up magical energy, as you saw the weave itself was bloated from all the power obtained from these sacrificed souls of the people who lived here. And you all feel the earth beneath you tremble.
This is what I'm using myself as a conduit for, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
You all feel the earth beneath you tremble for a moment. And I need everyone to make a saving throw that is just a raw d20 plus your proficiency. It's not going to
Including
be.
me?
It's not going to be using a specific stat. Yep, everybody.
Including me? Okay.
Ooh, natural 20 plus.
Hell yeah.
That's a 4.
Ooh, is that after your bonus?
Which bonus am I using?
Just proficiency bonus.
It's a 7 then.
7. Okay.
30, 20.
The rod got a 9.
Ooh. Luca?
12.
12. All right. For everyone that rolled a 14 or lower, you have all failed, and everyone who rolled a 15 or higher has succeeded. Which I think means we have 2 successes, 3 fails.
Yeah.
For those of you who succeed, you feel energy blast into your body, and for a moment, you are overcome with the fear that you don't know how to channel this much without letting it rip your body apart. And so, in a last-minute ditch effort, you basically open up all of your, we'll call them exits for your magical energy, and just let it pass through and just hope it doesn't fuck you in the meantime. And you feel the power rush through, but it just passes safely, like you turning yourselves into a conduit. For those of you who failed, you have the exact same idea, but your reaction speed is just a hair slow enough that you don't turn it in time, and that energy collides with you, and for a moment you expect pain or some kind of damage or something that's going to harm you, but instead I need everyone who failed to roll me a d100.
Oh, dear.
See, this is
Oh,
why
dear
I
God.
wanted to be a conduit to try and
You're
save everybody
Off
else
like a
from this.
pimple.
I was trying to save everybody else from this.
Oh.
Oh,
Mm.
that's a 4.
The rod got a 47.
21 for Luca. Blackjack baby.
Nice.
There you go. That can't be bad.
We'll go from lowest to highest. Someone said 4?
Nadia said
Steve?
4.
Okay. 1 second.
I'm really hoping the fact that I tried to do this helps you guys a little.
Oh no.
I don't even want to Google the wild magic table right now.
No.
You, Nadia, you feel your backpack, your adventuring bag, begins to slowly get heavier and heavier and heavier. Starting very, very small at first, barely even noticeable, but it's slowly compounding just how heavy your backpack is getting.
Uh-oh.
Would you like to peek inside?
Mm-hmm.
You peek into your bag, and you see that small little stones, small little rocks, are spontaneously popping into existence like popcorn in your bag.
Oh.
Who's the next lowest on their roll?
I don't know how Thane or Kensu did.
We didn't have to roll.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they passed.
Just Luca.
I got a 21, Zeke.
Okay. Let's see what a 21 is. You feel static electricity pass through your body in an alarming amount, but it's not painful, and all of your hair is now standing straight up.
That's pretty hilarious for Luca, considering she has dreads.
Rip open. Everything just goes out.
Whoosh!
Don't let the
Okay.
lightning go, Luca. Just keep it in.
What's the last roll?
47 for the rod.
47 for Durod.
This is the one where I shrink 3 feet, grow a mustache I can't get rid of.
You feel an overwhelming urge to sneeze. and it reaches the precipice and then just hangs there. And, and the sneeze won't come.
How long does it sit there? I'm trying.
It's still there. It's still going. And the rocks are still multiplying.
Oh my god.
You
You should
feel,
take the backpack off.
Luca, you feel almost like you're beginning to weigh less and less as you're feeling a magnetic attraction from your hair to the ceiling. And you feel it just slowly building up charge.
Burp. Burp.
Burp!
Burp. Burp.
Classic.
I got that reference. It was good. It was good.
We're in this house. Or are we? Luca was outside. She must have come. Yeah, she teleported back in.
Second floor.
Yeah, you're up. Yeah.
I'm just gonna take the backpack off.
Okay.
What?
If you take the backpack off, does your clothes have any pockets?
Your clothes have a tremendous amount of pockets.
Yeah, I got a lot of pockets.
Your pockets, one pocket at a time until it's full, begin spontaneously filling with little stones. Just
So what?
and it stopped in the backpack.
Would this have been worse if I didn't try to act as a conduit, or is this just fucking happening?
This is just fucking happening.
So what the fuck did I give all the sorcery points for?
The channeling was you basically turned what would have been a long rest's worth of magic on Thane's part into about an instant. That's what you did. You channeled Thane's ability to close the tear efficiently and quickly.
Gotcha.
And we got goofified in the process.
Which is probably for the best, because who knows how many angels could have tried to come through in 8 hours worth of time.
Right.
Oh my god.
No, I'm just imagining Durad, like, nose up in the air, like...
I'm holding it up. I'm just like, oh my god, it's intense. I'm imagining it in my head, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
That actually happened
no.
once when I was a kid. I had a sneeze and it wouldn't come out. And I used cartoon logic and decided to sniff pepper, thinking it would make me sneeze. And the pepper got stuck in my nose and it made it worse. It was like 2 or 3 hours I had that sneeze and it wouldn't come out.
No, cartoon logic. Oh no.
Luca, you begin to slowly float as you're having the kind of opposite of like a magnetic levitation, as your hair is now statically clinging to the ceiling and you're just drifting slowly up and up further.
Is there, like, a wall or a balcony?
Yeah, there's you have stuff that you could potentially push off of and move around with.
Luca uses one of her physical axes, one of her homemade ones, and just hatchets onto the nearest thing of wood to keep herself from floating higher into the air.
Durad will walk over to Luca, and I'll try to boop Luca.
Luca, you immediately go from using your axe to prevent you from floating to hanging on to your axe as gravity affects you normally again now.
Oh my god, it goes away. And I'll boop my nose, and I will go boop the coat at this point, and the backpack.
Nothing happens.
Stop
you
all
the
these
coat and the backpack. And rocks still keep appearing in pockets.
I'll try to boop one of the rocks.
The rock disappears and more rocks keep coming to fill its place.
It's Nadia.
Nadia, boop Nadia.
The rocks stop.
Dear God. I need to go make myself sneeze.
Kensu.
Start emptying rocks out of my pockets. Are any of them valuable?
They're not. they're not valuable.
I'll keep a couple anyways. I'll keep a few in my pocket.
Kensu and Thane, since you were not affected by the what is now assumed to be wild magic surge, you, I assume, were looking around the room still.
Kenzo inside?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Right there
mean,
with you.
I think I went downstairs, but so I don't think unless you guys said it out loud, I don't know anything about the vision or anything like that.
Mm.
But I would just be downstairs looking, waiting until people are ready to go.
Okay. And Thane will say you were just finishing up your administrations on the tear itself. So Kensu, as you're looking around, still upstairs or downstairs?
I'll say downstairs.
Okay.
Unless somebody said or screamed something that would draw me upstairs, I would just stay downstairs.
You, give me an investigation check, please.
Right. Oops. That should not have been with advantage, so that's a 4.
A 4. Okay. As you're looking around, you're not finding much of value, except for you bump into a dusty dresser, and you notice that as you do, and it kind of skirts across the wood floor with a loud scratching sound, you'll see that not purposely tucked away, but just that it had fallen that way, there is a small book underneath the bookshelf.
I'll pick up the book.
You open it and begin flitting through the pages, and it appears to be a diary of one of the bandits or highwaymen that came and looted this town. Seemed to have dropped out of their bag, maybe by accident, or maybe there was an altercation. But it could hold useful information. Jordan.
Has the feeling of threat in this village gone away now? Or is there still something lingering?
There is something lingering, but more in that it's just slowly fading, not that there's actually another threat here.
Okay.
On the
I'm wondering-
diary, I would go to the last page and just see what the last entry is.
Excellent. You look at the last page, and you see it says there are 2 parts, 2 days written on the same page. And on the first of these 2 entries, you see the bandit begins to speak of a strangeness where his band of brigands' magical abilities, for those that had any, were acting strange while within this area and gaining more power than they otherwise would have. Talks of one of his mates casting a firebolt at some wildlife that was approaching near the town in a fit of idle amusement, and the firebolt came out like a fireball. The second of the entries talks about how he and what is left of his crew are getting the hell out of Dodge as a nightmare came to them in the middle of the night and slaughtered half their camp before vanishing. And he describes the nightmare as a being of pure darkness wreathed in shadow and wings like an angel of death.
Does it fit the description of the thing Luca manhandled?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll hold on to the diary.
Okay. With this, the tear has subsided. The excess energy in the ley lines running through this area have been deflated of their engorged state. Although it leaves one wondering if the souls that were absorbed into the ley were used up in this fit of magical amusement, or whether their souls had already passed on. As these thoughts and more rest on your minds, and you look about seeing the task ahead of you of trying to figure out exactly what happened here, rather than dealing with its after effects that you've been having to deal with. That is where we'll end today's session. Well, I hope you all had fun and definitely weren't traumatized by anything that happened this evening.
No,
Oh my god.
got rocks.
As far as Luca was concerned, she got to fight something that she respected as an opponent by the end of the fight.
Nice.
Nadia got free rocks.
More free rocks than you knew what to deal with.
Lifetime
Come
supply
on
of
down
rocks.
to Weird Al's Rock Mart.
Oh, man.
Lifetime supply of rocks.
I will try and get this video uploaded to YouTube as quick as I can over the weekend. We will all, assuming everyone is okay and no more weird shenaniganery happens upon any of us, we will be meeting Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern next week as well. And I hope you all had as much fun as we did DMing and playing. And thank you all and have a great night.
Thanks, it was fun.